First of all, watch as this occurs. Boom! Yeah, new intro. New transition. That's cool.
That woman just got horribly stabbed.
But you guys will see that in a second.
There we go. I'm going to reload this because it's a little bit slow.
Hello and welcome to this FBF Nerd Night. My name is John and I am Final Boss Fight's resident dungeon master. Or at least one of them now. And
there you are.
Here I am. And we are going to be playing some D&D tonight. We're going to be continuing the Tomb of Annihilation campaign. I am joined by Tanny.
Hello.
I am also joined by Sean.
Hello.
I am joined by the sound of sirens. Hello. I am joined by Kaboom.
Hello.
Ben is here.
Oh yeah.
Sammy is here.
Heyo.
And Amy is rushing to get from Taldore to the Forgotten Realms, which I understand is, you know, a trip that takes a little while, but she should be here within a few minutes to continue playing Nixit. Maddie is unfortunately not feeling well, and we send her our best wishes and hopes that she feels better soon.
Take care, Maddie.
In exciting times, I have a new setup this week. One, I have new transitions that do this.
Ooh.
But it only apparently works.
I don't know what it did, but you know, just make the sound.
It's impressive. Thank you.
Oh, cool.
Thank you very much, Chris, for setting that up, because he's just done his own and he sent me a recolored version of it for FBF colors. Lost my train of speech there, apparently, in coughing.
How dare you? How dare you cough?
So I'm a horrible person.
I'm meant to be beyond human.
Last time we saw these bunch of fuckwits. You guys set out to hunt down the last of the shrines, or the last few shrines that you need to collect the last few puzzle cubes that are still missing, that will hopefully allow you to make a step towards curing the death curse. While on your way, Ryodan, you spotted the bazaar of Omu and decided to head inside.
Who's making lovely?
Someone trying to
Say, who's making a bird table at this point?
Who's made a bird table?
tweet, motherfucker.
You spotted the bazaar of Omu, headed inside, and were pelted with a wasp's nest. Deciding to not give up on exploring the marketplace, between yourself and Theodas, you managed to find the rest of the traps in very rapid succession. And then you spotted a small creature making their way into the basement. You followed it and discovered a nest of kobolds, which you guys fought and very quickly de-leaded and then de-headed a lot of them.
Hey, we had a chance to be civil. They didn't want to take it.
They threw down their weaponry, and some of you accepted their surrender from the fight. Others, not so much. And this led to a rift in the party. 3 of the kobolds were allowed to go, but the new runner-up for leader, Nixit Knock, a kobold warlock, was taken prisoner by the party.
Kobold warlock.
Taken prisoner by the party, who have taken her back to their base of operations within the amphitheatre in the north of Omu tied her to a stake and are going to presumably ask her several questions through the night and the following days to find out what she knows of the locations of the puzzle cubes. They are...
Bitch is gonna die.
I thought we were just dragging her off to the places. It's just like, no, you're coming.
We pretty much know what she knows.
Nixit has informed you that she knows of both the location of the Red Wizard's camp, who have apparently taken at least one of the puzzle cubes that you don't have for their own, and also that I believe she mentioned to Philippe at the end of the session.
Greetings.
Sorry! I'm here!
That's alright, we're about to cut your character anyway. I'm joking, you're fine.
No, it's fine. I've come to make death noises.
Okay.
Yeah, the way it's going, you could be right there.
You will be faced with glorious death!
You will be remembered.
And so, John, yes?
I've completely forgot where I was in the recap. Oh, she mentioned to Philippe that she knows of some obelisk in the north of town where the leader of... the leader of the kobolds used to go, that creeped her out. Spoopy place.
I'm so cold.
And when we left off at the end of the last session, you guys were settling in for a long night's sleep before you travelled on the following day, Riordan having returned from a wander where he found another shrine.
Yep. I was angry at you. You wouldn't leave me alone.
I mean, everyone's angry at everyone right now.
That doesn't matter. When a person says leave me alone, they mean...
And then suddenly someone starts yelling at Dragon Bait for some reason.
No one's angry at Dragon Bait. We always forget his existence. So.
We just don't give a shit. We merely don't give a shit about Dragon Bait, that's all.
We only forget he's there when it's quiet. All of a sudden we need him. It's a case of, where the hell is he?
Where the hell is Dragon Bait?
And so...
Just gotta sniff him, that's all. We gotta sniff for him.
And so as the night sets and you guys all settle down to sleep, who is taking watch?
I am. I volunteer as tribute.
Well, this time Riordan will not be taking watch at all.
Nah, he's gonna go sleep. He's gonna have his booty sleep.
Oh, snooze.
Okay.
I won't take first watch though. I will take probably the second watch.
And the third watch, and the fourth watch, and the
I
fifth
take. Is it 2 or 4 hours?
You meditate for 4 hours.
No, but the watch length.
It would typically be about 2 hours.
Well.
So technically there are 4 watches.
I could take the third and fourth watch then.
I want one of them. Because I do.
I want one!
I'll join in on the first if preferable.
I will take all of them because I don't have much of a choice in the matter.
I mean,
I
just imagine the group being like, okay, who will start keeping watch? And then you say, I will!
Okay, so Torin and who else is first watch?
Me.
Romad. And
I'm gonna say that
so
was deception again, actually.
Seraphine will take second watch with Renala.
Whoever is. Okay, yeah, Renala.
Renala's a person who's with you and can take watch. Seraphine's
Yes.
also a person who's with you and can take watch.
Yes.
And then Theodas is
Me.
waking up for third and fourth watch. Who's going to take third and fourth watch with...
I didn't need to press that button. I had my finger over it, actually, and I was just
A
messing.
dragon flies over, you don't notice.
Okay, so first watch, if you guys want to make perception checks.
It has been made by.
I have 10.
Roland.
I have 10 now. Here's the 10.
Nope. But so either way,
So screwed.
You guys keep a watch out. Torin, it's a little bit difficult because obviously it's nighttime and it's dark.
I want to say Torin is distracted because he goes over to Nixit
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
and
That's Nixit on the head.
make sure she's okay, basically.
Why are you worried about her fall? She's the enemy.
Doesn't answer him.
Fuck's sake.
Kneels and whispers to her. Are you alright?
I'm uncomfortable.
Why?
Well, the way your elf friend has tied me, I'm a bit stretched.
I would like
Yes.
to retie her so that she is comfortable.
I would suggest you do not do that.
I am retying her so that she is comfortable, as you do not know what I am doing.
Torin!
He is keeping watch, so are you trying to do this stealthily?
No, I'm not trying to do it stealthily, so probably you wouldn't.
So
actually.
yeah, he will notice that you are untying Nixit.
I'm not
Can you
completely
not
untying her. I'm
do
just
that?
I'm untying her so that I can retie her.
You appear to be
So can I-
untying Nixit.
So I can just, like, sit down, basically. Get up. Help.
Why you just care for such an idiot?
I'm trying my best!
Trying your best. You're trying to kill us and everything. That's
Said
not.
the person who killed her
That's-
leader with no real reason.
I have every reason to do this.
I only attacked you out of warning. I never intended to kill anybody.
You say that, but in the future, you are definitely killing somebody.
I know
You
when
guys
I am
did
outmatched.
Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if you'd be killing a child. That's what you normally do.
Says the person who did what you did.
Well then.
Excuse me. Can you repeat that, please? Out of character.
Actually, I didn't hear for real.
My brain decided to go. I'm very tired, so I'm like, brain dead.
Will you quiet down? I'm trying to meditate. Either way, leaves her in a more comfortable, tied state.
Thanks.
And Romad, he said, you did the things you did.
Ouch. Ouch. Asshole.
We are all killers. She is no different.
Well, now that's covered.
I only kill on request. I've never killed a child before. I like children. I mean, I technically am a child, kind of, sort of. I don't know.
No.
I'm small. Does that count?
You are very small. Anyway, moving on.
And so, Nixit, now that you've been tied so that you can sit down, you
Yeah.
can take a long rest as everybody else does.
Oh, yay. Huh.
I kind of am a child.
Yeah.
Believe.
Yeah, that's okay. Because I was like, wait, since when?
Yeah, she has children at 16 years old. Yes.
Well, she,
Welcome to the Middle Age.
she's
Why is
mature,
nothing
like,
resetting?
she's physically mature for a kobold. Mentally, she's definitely not.
Yeah, but I don't think a pregnant Nixit would be best for the group right now.
Oh, sodding hell, it's not resetting. Let me just do that for you quickly.
I was about to say. Yeah. In fact, I was about to type. I thought that might be better. Thank you.
If you guys want to just check and see if your long rest is working, because apparently it isn't, I'll have to double check the API is actually firing on all cylinders.
Hasn't worked for
mine's
me.
No, it's not.
Just
working.
go through your character sheets and reset them.
And reset everything. Yeah, it's good. Everything's reset.
Boost your health while you're there.
My spells. Do I have to fix them? Because I have no idea how to.
You should have.
Certain number.
It's 2 4th levels for you, I
Yeah.
think. Unless you multiply.
Oh, and there goes Discord.
Especially
Well,
I love magic.
Marco!
Hello.
Oh
Porno.
Oh no!
Yeah, you should have 2 4th level spell slots.
Yeah, and then 3rd and 1 and 2 are just basically empty.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to do that?
Yeah, you only have 4th level spell. You only have 2 spell slots, and they are always at the maximum level.
no! Warlocks.
Warlocks.
I don't understand, but okay.
That's better.
Warlocks, you have very few spell slots, but lots of spells that last for a long time.
2 fluff level spells.
And your spell slots recover on a short rest.
Yeah.
Unlike most other people's whose only recover at the long rest.
I'm gonna do a thing and put a certain age in now.
Okay.
It's time.
Okay.
What?
So who was on second watch? That was Renala and Seraphine.
And Seraphine, so it's just you and you.
So as they're not here, I won't roll for them, and nothing occurs.
Nice.
Third time slot. Theodas awakens. I don't remember who's taking that watch with you.
Nobody took watch
Nobody.
with me.
Oh,
Lovely.
Oh shit.
First of all, do I notice the untied Nixit?
You notice that Nixit has been retied to allow her to sit down.
Yeah, I'm probably like dozed off at this point.
I woke up to Nixit and kick her with my boot. Wake her up.
Do I wake up to the sound of that instant?
You're sleeping.
How loudly are you doing this? Are you going to go over there stealthily, or are you just going to wander over?
I'm going there and kicking her with my boot.
Now,
And
the
that's
question again, are you doing it stealthily, or are you just going to wander? No? So, Philippe, if you could make me a perception check with disadvantage, please.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
13.
Yes, you wake up.
Okay,
Can
so
I wake this-
I wake
can I
up,
wake up?
I find her
You
desk.
aren't sleeping near Romad.
I'm not there now. God damn it.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yep. Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Oh,
The time limit is 5 minutes. We
Alright.
can't describe an action longer than that. So, is everyone here again? Seems like it.
yes.
So, Philip,
Oh no, wait, I've gone red again.
so,
Wait. Okay, I'm back. Hello? Hello?
John.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, it's gone back to straight back to red again.
Could be worse. Mine's on green and it's fucking up.
Yeah. I think it's just the region we're set in is fucking
Mine's
up.
red. Mine's red as well.
So I'm going to write the reaction so that we can actually some time and can move on a bit.
Actually gets shit done or something.
We just wait for. Hello.
Hello?
Okay.
Everyone is just helloing.
Okay, so Philippe, you wake up.
This time. That's better.
Yep.
You wake up and Theodas is stood over Nixit.
Okay.
And with I guess with the foot a bit so
Try to build drama with that thing.
How do I change server region?
I've no idea, but it's literally a case of like it's every time I'm in a call in this server specifically is when it fucks up.
I don't know how.
I think it's in server settings. Guess we're gonna have to do the whole game in the text chat.
I can hear you fine, Amy.
Yeah.
It's a little robotic, but it's fine at the moment.
Nah.
I can hear Carbon fine, Tron, and Amy fine. The others I can't.
I can hear you fine, Sammy.
Just sleeping.
I hear John, I heard Danny.
Danny good. John is kind of good.
Am I still playing around?
It's okay.
Right, I've changed the server to Central Europe.
Oh my god, that is so much better already.
Okay.
Apparently,
Hello.
apparently London sucks.
Everything's green again.
So go Central
I mean,
Europe.
at the moment, we're going. It's in the middle of Brexit. We need Europe.
Go Romania! Go Romania!
Okay, so Philippe wakes up to the sound of Theodas kicking Nixit and says, "What are you doing exactly?"
Didn't ask your opinion. You can get back to sleep. And I take Nixit basically by the collar and shove her back to the stake and tie her exactly in the same position I was tying her at the same time.
I mean, the moment you grab Nixit by the collar, Philip will walks to Theodas, put a firm hand on his shoulder and goes like, "Let her go already."
I'm still doing it. I'm just retying her, so he can see easily that I'm just tying her. I'm not hurting her.
Even so, Philip shoves Theodas out of the way.
So you do that. And I turn to you.
Okay.
You do that one last time. I'm not.
Are you resisting? Are you resisting, Philippe? Are you resisting, Theodas?
You were pat-patting me. Well, you were pat-patting me when I was saying I'm not resisting.
Okay. So you get shoved out of the way.
I turn to Philippe and say, "You do that one last time, and I will kill you."
I told you to stay out of the way.
And I told you that if anyone was doing anything to try and make her stay more comfortable, I would get angry. She is not in the same position I tied her to.
Well,
this is not a secure position. She could easily escape from this.
So Discord cut out while you were saying this is not, and
this is not. This is not a secure position. She could easily escape from this. So either you fucking grow up and you tie her back, or you let me do my fucking job.
Well, you say you wanted to get angry, then go get angry near the campfire and leave her alone.
I spit on Philly's face.
Oh, you are that close.
Can I please wake up now?
You're a fucking rat, you know that?
Can everybody else in the camp please make me perception checks with disadvantage?
This can only end well for me.
Well, I will say that my character would have been rested by now or be awake. Would it still be a
Sleep.
disadvantage?
You would not be at disadvantage on this, no.
Still sleep.
And in fact,
Sorry, Sammy.
in fact, Riordan, you notice the sounds of shouting.
Can I at least?
Torin, you also notice the sounds of shouting.
I'll get everyone down. What on earth is going on now?
Someone has sabotaged the fucking rope. She's not in the same position as I left her in, and she could easily escape from that rope.
Because
And I'm
I'm not going to
letting-
escape!
Who asked you to do this?
Can I please
Who
wake up now?
lets you deal with that on your own and take that decision on your own?
Because she couldn't sleep. She's no use to us, exhausted.
I don't care. If she is exhausted, she can't escape. That suits me.
She's been in this position for several hours, with multiple of us taking guard and some of us, let's face it, probably not paying attention. She could have escaped any time. She hasn't.
I just want to wake up.
I'm sorry, Romad, but you don't at the moment.
Yes, and I can see there is a congregation of best friends for the kobolds now. So what's it gonna be? We're gonna...
I have no problem.
I'm retying her. This fucking asshole, and I'm pointing to Philippe, this fucking asshole shoved me away and prevented me from doing my job.
It's not your job to torture an innocent being.
My job is to make sure she doesn't escape. Where in the fucking book of keeping prisoners is it said that prisoners should have a nice, comfortable stay?
Any decent society.
We're not in a decent society. We're in the middle of a fucking desert city. Well, have you
So we
forgotten
should-
that?
And so we should fall to degeneracy because you don't like kobolds.
Because
Let's face it.
I am-
Okay, Theodos. Do you not like me either?
I have
I
nothing
am
against-
very similar to her. I am of draconic descent. I have been treated like a monster my entire life. Are you going to treat me like a monster?
Theodos has a very, very sly smile. Have you burned cities to the ground? Has your species done that?
I have done things you couldn't imagine.
And that is entirely on your own.
Yet
This
this
person-
yet this woman
Yes.
has done nothing apart from defend herself.
Defend
The same
herself.
Done in the past, the same as any of us would do. You
Defend
and more importantly,
herself.
I sense no evil in this woman.
She is acting evil. You just won't see it.
She's acting evil. Look at her now.
Look at her.
She is terrified. Does that look evil to you?
It looks like some... It looks exactly where I want her to be right now. You, on the other hand, Torin, are accusing me of making sure I stay in power with that creature. That
No,
creature...
you're trying to make
You
sure you
just-
stay in
I'm
power
not
with
finished,
all of us. You
Torin.
seem to
I
be
am
implying
not
that you are the
finished,
head
Torin.
honcho, leader of all of us.
I have let you speak. You let me speak now, Torin.
Fine.
This creature nearly took out Romad on its own. On its own.
After Romad
Could
had
also
attacked
take me out. It is way more powerful than you can possibly imagine, and you are letting this creature be felt like she's not responsible for her actions. She is held responsible for her actions by me, by Romad, by Seraphine, by Renala, by anyone who has a brain that is functioning.
goes right up to his face. Are you accusing me of having no brain?
I'm accusing you of not using your reason. I'm accusing you of using your emotions too much, and that you use your empathy, which is honorable for you, but at the moment, we're in a dead city with a baby in our hands and a prisoner.
I am using my sense in knowing that there is no evil in this woman. And
Is there
I,
good
as a paladin of Kalimvor, know if there is evil.
Is there good in this woman?
There is neither good nor evil.
There is only good or evil.
There is neutrality.
Apparently, Romad is the most heavy.
Romad is really sleeping heavily tonight.
This is annoying! I
mean, to be fair,
We're
I
in this
think
full-blown argument. Romad is sat with his like little floppy nightcap on.
Yeah, basically.
With a teddy bear sucking his thumb.
he doesn't do
We've
that.
just found out that Romad sleeps with earplugs.
Oh, Tammy is sitting on one of his ears.
Also, hi, Sean. Perfect timing for you to get here.
Yeah.
So, how it's gonna be? We're just going to let her sleep and have nice dinners with us, or are we going to treat her like a fucking prisoner at some point?
I am not treating her like an animal like you are.
I'm not treating her like an animal, or I wouldn't feed her. I have never said that we should kill her on the spot. I'm saying that I'm putting her back in the state that she was in.
Feed us. Listen to me.
What?
Look at her. She is our prisoner. But the problem is that we need her brain. Now, I don't give a shit about what on earth is going on through your head at this point, because I have an army of people yelling at me who need my help, because we need these cubes, we need the information, and we need what she knows.
And
now, I don't know about you, but
get
my
what
brain
she
works
knows.
better when I am rested.
You are rested.
Now, I know I'm rested, but she isn't. Now let her rest. Let her sleep. You don't have to treat her like fucking royalty. But for God's sake, she's still a creature. She still has feelings, fears, hopes, ambitions. She has everything. Why is her life so worthless in your mind?
Because she's my enemy. And you seem to forget that. You seem to all forget that she is
that. But you seem to forget our ultimate goal. You forget what we're aiming for. You forget why.
You have forgotten it by bringing kobolds in our ranks.
I brought the kobold in our ranks to get the information we require to get the job done.
And the baby? Why is he here? Does he have any information for us?
the baby is here because I didn't want a baby that wasn't even born to be judged guilty and killed off.
You didn't move a fucking mile when we destroyed all those eggs.
Actually, I moved to save that one.
You kept it secret from all of us on your own. And you're risking our lives every fucking second with that baby.
Yes, and I will do it all over again.
Good. Good. Now you see my problem here. My empathy goes to Romad. My empathy goes to Seraphine. My empathy goes even to Torin, to you. My empathy could go either to Felix as well. No, at this point, Romad, you're in a coma.
I mean, what were the fucking gods?
This is the most improbable thing!
Okay.
16!
Does Romad wake up at some point, or is he dead?
After all them, surely after we finish the argument, we would wake up.
That's the following morning. Romad will wake up and be like, "I was having this brilliant dream, and I was a robot, and you were there, and you were an alien." And Nixit was there, and she was this red-haired boy who gave himself up to a thing called the Gifter.
Fucking.
But to be honest, Nixit, you're still annoying in my dream. But this time, Philip wanted to kill you for some reason.
Oh, the irony.
I mean, if
For some reason, Romad's like not feeling any feelings. He's somewhat robotic.
And Theodas seemed to be God and tried to save Nixit. I really must have fucked up in my dream at some point.
I mean, if you guys are going to continue this argument for a little while, I'm just going to go grab a drink.
I was
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Alright, we'll see you in a tick.
Cool. You guys keep going.
Just
Right, keep arguing.
move on. Why not?
Gee!
Shut up.
Oh yeah, I
not
shouldn't
talking
mute
to you.
that.
too bad.
Well, none of that argument got heard.
Also, John,
I mean,
stop.
we didn't do him much.
Yeah, we did like 2
John, guess what? Guess what, John?
What's
John,
that?
Guess what? People like grape.
People do like grapes. I don't know if you've heard.
But yes, for the sake of it, for the moment, you then, Nixit, please stay quiet. You're not going to help this argument. I'm trying to help you at this
You can
point.
just retire me if you want. I'm
For
not
the
gonna
last time, I am not killing her. I am not torturing her.
I'll do it if you don't want to.
You're sleeping.
If you only
Okay.
use the rope, I
In which
wouldn't
case,
have wake up to
all
the
I'll
flowers.
ask is one question then. Nixit, tell me truthfully, are you rested? You had a chance to sleep, correct? Did
Yes,
you rest enough for your head to work well?
perhaps, yes.
We question the god in the sky.
At this point, she will have had 4 hours of sleep. That is enough to...
Mm,
In which
Technically,
case,
no, that's not enough. You
Ah.
need to have 6 hours of sleep for a long rest.
Well, how far into Torin's watch did he retire her?
Good point.
Even if it
The
was,
start, I think.
even if it was at the very start, that's only 4 hours ago.
Oh.
In which case,
So
we need her rested.
Turns to
Even
Nixit.
if you have to tie her up in a new way that she can rest, just at least do that. Make yourself comfortable. Make it sure that she can rest and you know for a fact that she can't get away.
Turns to Nixit, completely ignoring the others. How do you sleep?
Like any other person.
So you can sleep with your back on the stake, I guess.
Not with a tail, she can't.
Oh.
You have to be completely lied down, I guess, then.
Or just sat down at least.
So, sat down,
Hang her by a tail.
sat down, back to the stake, and the tail let free. Am I correct?
Yeah, that was working before.
Are you going to behave if I retire you?
I was just asleep for 4 hours.
Answer the question I am asking you.
Please, Nixit, just answer the question.
Don't test out my patience.
I'll be fine.
Good. Now, if Philip will be so kind to let me do my work, we can all get back to sleep. Show's over.
God
Encore!
Everyone kind of turns back to their sleep, all muttering, "How did Roman not wake up with this?"
I tie up Nixit in a sitting position
Okay.
and tie her neck to the stake.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Reardon is still watching. Was that really necessary?
Are you trying to suffocate me?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I am not suffocating you. I am making sure you cannot escape.
I'm not going to.
How was she going to escape like that? Extend her neck?
Nixit, like he turns to Nixit and kind of sighs. You got to understand my position here. If you go, we'll have to hunt you down throughout the whole city. I have made a promise to the members of my group that I won't kill you. But if you escape, my promise is forfeit. However, the annoying cat over there will probably try to rescue you again, which means that I will have to fight him, and one of us will die. I would very much like to avoid that. So, I'm doing everything possible to prevent you from even moving from this stake, until I can build you a proper cage that will serve as a cell. I'm making myself clear.
I'm not an animal.
I'm not
Well,
treating you like an animal. If I was
I
to
hate to
treat you
say
like
it,
an
Nixit, it's
animal,
better.
I wouldn't talk to you.
Nixit is better than I was expecting. I was half thinking he was going to offer to cut your arms and legs off so you couldn't escape.
I won't
take the
lie,
cage
the
and
idea
run with
crossed
it.
my mind.
Fine. I'll do what
You
you
are,
want.
you are still going to receive food and water, and you have now the possibility to sleep, which is better than anything you had at the start.
All right. All right.
He kind of kneels to Nixit. This is nothing personal. I'm making sure to do the right things.
It sure feels personal.
To be honest
I
with you,
am-
Nixit, I think it really is.
I am protecting my
It's like-
people against yours. That is all.
I now sit down next door to Nixit. Don't worry. He won't do anything now. Just get your rest. I'll watch over you.
Thanks.
And like he kind of goes away, and just before Nixit goes to sleep, he turns to her and say, "Kobold, I hope your informations will be very valuable. Otherwise, I might be very angry before the time you make us lose."
So Philip will go to Nixit before she sleeps and make her drink a bit of water to help her getting more comfortable, I guess.
I tell you
Yes.
what, Nixit, would you like a drink of my ale? Not the special one that gave you the butterflies around your head, but
Oh,
just
but they were
fire brew.
cute.
I know they're cute, but you never know what you're going to get next. Trust me, I can tell you that. And considering especially he's only just retied you, I don't think he'd be too happy if you turned into a sheep.
Yeah, that's a point.
Would you like a beer?
Might as well try anything at least once.
Okay. I pour one of my beers. Yeah. Obviously, as you're tired, I slowly feed it to you, doing my best not to put too much in your mouth at once.
Yeah.
So Thielus kind of sideways looks to that. He's like, "Yeah, not treating her like fucking royalty, are we?"
Have you tried Riordan's beers?
They are very, very, very powerful. They have to be. I'm an elf. That's the point. How does she take a beer which an elf can drink?
What's Nixit's constitution look like? Pretty good.
This is
My
not
con's
just
plus
a beer
2.
that it can drink. It's one which can make an elf
Drink and
drunk.
sleep.
Uh, Let's just say that she gets the next 4 hours of rest very easily. And sun rises, and you guys all wake up, and
I was going to say one last thing, which is I was going to finish off whatever she didn't drink, and just hope, fingers crossed.
fair enough. You do feel a slight haze around the edge, like it is starting to come back in again.
So,
The following morning, you guys wake up. Romad finally comes to consciousness, surprisingly.
It takes all of us shaking him violently.
No, I think like Theodas at some point would just walk up to Romad and like take some water and pour water on Romad's face. Like, wake up!
No, it's like literally the first squawk of a bird goes past, and Romad just shoots awake, battle ready.
Like literally jump. Like that's a full blown like literally like flipping jump into foot like.
That's a scary one.
But you
He's
guys,
having nightmares.
you guys all come to consciousness. Nixit is rested, which means that you don't get the point of exhaustion we discussed.
No,
Time for
no.
the hand axe. I kill her. No, just kidding. You're still. Go away, Philip. Go
Yeah,
sleep.
she
Theodas
wakes up.
Theodas explains to Romad, Seraphine, and Renala the previous night's events.
Oh, great.
Specifically calling out the actions of Philippe and Torin, I'm assuming, Theodas?
Mostly Philip I'm calling traitor. Torin I'm saying is backing up Philip due to his great empathy and would be a new threat.
Shit.
I
Just wanted to make friends, guys.
I've been very clear. Theodas is not shitting with this
trying.
with this situation.
And so, what are your plans for this day?
Romad is just gonna basically have a morning stroll.
right.
Bye bye.
Annihilation, I'm very very happy he didn't do what I read the first time in your last message.
Yeah, that would be a bit different story.
Oh yeah, just a little.
That's no.
Yeah. So
So
carrying
Romad
on, I'm going to say
goes for a
we end up
wander.
Yeah, morning stroll. Get that. Calm himself down. PTSD is not great things, guys.
I'd say when it comes down to once we got Nixit awake, thanks to Philippe, just sort of saying, so how far away is this cube of yours?
How far away is it, DM?
It would be about an hour and a half travel from the amphitheater.
Then I tell you that.
In comparison to going to the other shrine?
That would be a little bit closer.
So
Okay.
the shrine would be closer.
The shrine would be a little bit closer.
Right.
And are they in different directions then?
Yes.
Okay. So, we have an option. We have another shrine which could potentially give us a cube, or we can go for this travel. And, well, as far as we know, so long as you are telling us the truth, and I hope for your sake you are,
Oh, of course.
in which case we have another option. So which one are we going to go for?
Die, and that's it.
Are you shouting that from the wall, like, die, please?
Roman's not that evil. He may be angry, but he's not just like that. His flaw said secretly, I believe that things would be better if I was a tyrant ruling over the land. I'm right now. He doesn't hear anything. Morning stroll.
If you're after these cubes, I'm saying that the cube I know of is in a camp, and they could move at any time.
That is true.
I missed a part of that, to be honest.
If they're seeking these cubes, they may be moving.
True, they could be a threat as well. They might try and take others.
So it may be worth going for the camp first.
We should probably go for that camp first. All right, then. I'm going to head towards the camp. At that point, also making a suggestion that perhaps one of us should tie our new friend to a back who's strong enough for that. I'd offer my own services, but I'm certainly not strong enough.
I think it kind of leaves me or you, Philip.
I guess as long as my hands aren't tied, I'd be fine with that.
Your hands are staying tied.
But I can't cast spells if my hands are tied!
Who would you cast spells to?
Well, these red wizards are quite powerful.
Yes, I'm also very concerned that you could cast the spells on.
Maddie says, "Hi guys, try not to die and stuff, except Nixit, I'm indifferent on her. Also, no offense, Amy, you're a gem."
Love you too.
No offense, Amy. You're alright.
I'm alright.
As a suggestion, we keep her tied for the time being. We find these wizards, and depending on what we face, depends on whether we release her to help or not. Because, once again, we don't know whether you're just trying to pull some wool over our eyes, as Vierdas keeps telling us all, or you could be telling us the absolute truth, in which case it's the only way it's going to save your life.
Oh, I promise I can help you guys. I mean, I've got quite a lot of spells. And then she pulls out this little black book. They're all in here, you see?
How have you done that? You're tied up.
Oh shit. Yeah,
yeah you're quite tied up, so...
Well, I think she would notion to where her gear is just like, they're over there, but I can't use them unless I have my book.
Fair enough. In which case, Vierdas, take a book. You can't use the spells without it. In which case, you know for a fact she can't do anything until you deem safe enough for her to do.
Phyllis goes, look at the book. You're trusting me with this book?
Trusting you because I trust you. It
Well,
makes more sense for you to hold on to that book than anybody else.
That is interesting. I shall make note of that, and he takes the book.
You do realize if you don't give it back, I could just get a new one.
Yes, but where are you going to get a new one as we go to face the wizards?
Well, Melody will give me one. Melody has a lot to hand.
Fair enough.
But...
In which case you won't miss the book. That's wonderful.
But it doesn't work like that!
So, which way to these wizards?
No! I'm not showing you unless you give me my book back.
Does anyone know how
Hello
to
guys,
make a
just go
fire?
back, so can I have a quick sum up? How tied up is Nixit? Is everyone awake? And what is next?
Everyone's
Nixit
awake. Nixit's tied up normally, and she refuses to show you where the camp is unless you give her Pact of the Tome back.
And
Okay,
I mean,
in that case...
Is she still tied to the pole, or is she tied up?
Yeah, she's tied to the pole.
Not to the pole.
She's tied to the pole. The whole concept, we're taking the book so that she can't cast anything for the time being, basically disarming her for the moment until we can trust her at the point where we come across the wizard and actually find out whether they are actually a threat or not.
Turns to...
So, effectively, you have a new choice then, Nixit. Either you show us where this is, or we let Fearless force you to tell us where it is, because we're working on a very tight schedule here. Now, if everything you're saying is true, you're going to get your book back. But the fact of the matter is, we want to know exactly where they are right now. And I'm personally starting to lose my patience. Now, there's a lot he can do without killing you. In fact, there's a lot of us can do, but I don't have as many pointy, sharp things as he does.
Looks at Triodon like, wait, I have no sharp things in my bag. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not saying that, but he's basically looking at Triodon. You're a royal bullshitter.
So, what do you say?
You do realize that if you torture me more, it'll just cause more trouble for you.
Theodas walks up to Nixit.
But we only need to leave one person to torture you, while the rest of us can go over to the shrine just over the other side, get the cube from there, and come back for all the answers. You're only causing trouble for one person who really, really, really wants to do stuff to you.
Theodas basically walks up to Nixit and is like, "You really want that book, right?
Yes.
You really need that book, right?"
Can I just like?
It's necessary. Yes.
Opens the first page and tears the first page.
Hey, wait.
Stop, Sammy.
Stop.
Can I just check the book out, please?
If you want to.
I check out the book. What do I need to roll?
Good question.
I think
Arcana?
Arcana would be the most obvious choice.
Arcana.
Let me just look at something real quick.
Ooh.
'Cause here's the thing: wouldn't Rumad might recognize what it is?
Yeah, because that's what I'm asking. Because if
It depends if he's the same pact.
He's not the same pact.
no,
So he
he's
wouldn't
not.
have
But
any
would he
idea.
know about being
Um,
a warlock? Would he know about something?
Not necessarily.
no, it's not like you got like the Warlock Guide to Warlocking. Unfortunately.
It's a good book. You really should get it.
Warlocks is literally you've been given your powers by another worldly being. You have no idea where your powers come from.
But But Nixit has mentioned Melody, which is I'm assuming is the Patron.
Yes.
Yes.
So does everyone know that she's a warlock, or are they just kind of thinking that's just some sort of god?
I think she told Philippe, and I think Torin kind of gathered as much, but she's never like said to the whole team, "Yeah, I'm a warlock."
I know secrets.
So Nixit,
Yeah.
what is the tome? What does the tome look like?
It's the Book of Shadows, so it's just a
It
book.
it can look like anything. It could be tattered notes, it could be the diary of a madman, it could be a gilded, very fancy book. What
It could just be a
does your
plain
book
little
look
book.
like?
It could be whatever the fuck you want.
I just kind of pictured it as kind of like... Fine, I'll make this up now. It's like a kind of black book, like plain black book, but on the spine there's just a load of little musical notes.
Interesting.
I would have gone with one with ponies on the front cover.
And also, I don't think you can rip pages out of it.
Okay,
So
because
try.
because you can't
Damage.
re-roll the Arcana roll, Romad. I'm going to take your first one. You can tell that there's power in the book.
Okay.
You can tell that this is a connection to something, but you can't tell what it is.
Can Tammy know?
Tammy would largely be able to tell you the same thing.
All right. I show you to this camp. You pinky swear you're going to give me the book.
Sounds good.
I
I
reach
think I
forward
might hold
and I
on to it.
pinky swear with your tied up hand.
I swear I won't destroy the book.
I'm going to
That's
keep
not
hold of it.
helping.
Romad's saying that they're going to keep hold of it.
I'm going to keep hold of it.
See? I told you Romad said that.
Fine. Well, I can cast other spells as well. I don't necessarily need the book. It's just useful.
And that's why we're keeping your hands tied.
Well,
Once we're
fine.
there,
When you guys go get yourself stuck, don't blame me for not helping because I can't.
Wizard of some sort.
don't
What are you?
worry.
I kneel
As
down
we said.
to Nixit. If we require your aid, We will untie your hand and we will give you a book.
Okay.
We will give you the
you're so
opportunity to
stressed
prove yourself.
How is your careful? Sorry, I can't
All
take
right.
you, girl. I'm cold.
Right, in which case, which way do we go?
Well, I
in
point,
the
but I
direction.
can't.
You can move your head, can't you?
Okay, I kind of just awkwardly motion.